Welcome one and all back to 1920 Gaming, and we are in January in the FIFA 20 career mode manager's journey, and we're running at the moment, as you all know by now, with Kilmarnock, and we're actually having a really good season so far. But for those of you who have been following, you will no doubt know that we had a visit from above us, as in the board, in the last couple of episodes ago. We started a little bit to respond to that in the last episode, so if you haven't seen them yet, they are both up on the channel now. It's definitely worth going back and checking those out. But now guys, we're going to tick over into January properly. We're going to lose obviously the players that we've already agreed to let go, and there's no doubt going to be offers coming in for some of our other better performers probably. The ones who have had a good start to the season. But before we get into all that, we have a quick look at the league here. It's actually really important at the moment. We're unbeaten, as you can see, but that could soon change. We got some big games this month, and like I just said, we're going to already lose a few players, and as the month goes on, we could end up losing a few more. So it's good that we're on top right now. We've got a healthy gap over Rangers. Pretty healthy one against Celtic. We can't afford to slip up. We do play Celtic in January, and that will be in this episode. We have got another few games as well today. In fact, we have got Aberdeen, St Mirren, Livingston, and we will round it out with Celtic. So at the moment we're sitting on top. Like I says, we're comfortable, 12 points above Rangers. But even though we've set pretty much a blistering pace this season, in terms of goals scored, goals against, the points we've accumulated, worryingly Celtic are still right there with us. One mistake and then a game against them and everything could change. So it is going to be a really interesting episode. It's one I'm looking forward to. I hope you guys are as well. What we're going to do now is we're going to start moving towards the first game, which is, I believe, Aberdeen. Before that though, we're going to just take another look at what's going on with the players that are actually going out. We've got Finley, as you can see. He's not 100% going yet. He's still in talks with the team that's coming for him. I forget who that is. We've got Campbell, who's already agreed to go to Freiburg, and we've got Lewis as well underneath. I believe he signed another contract with somebody else as well. So yeah, we have got players going out. Probably as soon as I click advance, all these are going to be gone. And that's going to bring us a nice little bit of money into the club actually, especially if Finley goes as well. That'll be around 15.5 million. And then we've got Lewis as well adding to that. Underneath there, as you can see, transfer listed, we've got Cameron still, Friesel's listed, and also Powers listed. Powers only listed because he's going to retire. I would love him to retire with us, but we do need money for what we're looking at right now. Our scouts system is as basic as it gets, but more importantly, so the board say anyway, is that we get the other 2/3 of this youth academy built and get the doors open so we can start producing our own players as well. So yeah, as a club we've got a hell of a lot going on. We had a strategy at the beginning of this career mode that we obviously were spoken to about, and we've not really stayed on point with that at the moment. So we've got to really get back to that and start building this club, because with buying good players and this, that and the other, we can get trophies. But I think I've touched on it before. If you want the really big endorsements, the big contracts, the big sponsorship deals and all this, that and the other, your ducks have all got to be in a row, and you've got to be showing these potential investors that you've got everything in place to have not just immediate success but sustained success as well. Because let's face it, if they're pumping money in, they only want to be backing winners. And now we have advanced, and we do have players that have gone out of the club. Lewis has actually had another offer come in for him. I believe then it must be Campbell that's gone. So yeah, that's some more money coming into the club. So we're going to go in against Aberdeen, and the team could end up looking very different, as you saw there in the bottom left, just as we get training done here. Not a bad session there. Our little Spanish midfielder, he's starting to grow quite nicely now. And so is the Brazilian keeper that we got for free. But yeah, this is what I was touching on. It looks like Friesel could be on his way out, and we also have a big offer for Robinson. It is a big offer as well. It would really go a long way, that money, but I really don't want to let him go. And at the moment we are on point, following the instruction. We're letting players go. We brought some nice money into the club. We've already let potentially a big player go in letting Campbell go. Not going to be letting Robinson go, and we're going to block offers just to refuse any before they come in with tempting offers. We cannot afford to let any of the defence go just now. And if we can help it, we don't want none of this stuff that's been bought in from above us affecting the first team. That would be quite dumb to do that, I feel. So we've reached Aberdeen. Who's gone now? Friesel's gone. There's interest shown in Jamal Lewis, which we can't do anything about right now. And Lewis Clayton Lewis has gone. He refused the new offer, took the one that was already there. So fair play to him. He's out the door as well. The squad's going to be looking real trim at the moment compared to what we used to. We was just on the cusp of getting to a really comfortable place in the amount of players that we'd had, and for domestic season anyway, the quality of them was there. So when Europe nights come along, we could afford to rest people, rotate people, and this, that and the other. I just get that feeling it's going to be a little bit harder to do that now. I'm not too sure. I think 3-4 may have gone, which is going to leave us really, really light. But this is stuff that is completely out of my control. Obviously, it's not my club, so if we get orders from above, obviously, we've got to adhere by them. It's not really what we signed up for when the dream was sold to us, but it's where we are, it's what we've got, and we are doing good things here at the moment. I'm enjoying my time here. It's been challenging at times, but obviously
thank you for joining us
we're still ahead, I feel, on the pitch of where we need to be. So that's my job. I feel like I'm doing a good job of that at the minute. And we need to keep it going, starting right now with this game versus Aberdeen. We are going to play our strongest squad, I would imagine. This at the moment, guys, is what we're left with. We've got enough for a bench and just the one reserve. So yeah, there's not a fat lot we can do about it at the moment. We could check the free agents probably before the end of the transfer window. Just in case there's anything interesting on there, but as for bringing players in, we've been told we can't do that until the club starts moving back to where it needs to be. So yeah, it's going to be a quiet transfer window for us probably in terms of players coming in. So yeah, we just have to concentrate on what we've got, improving what we've got, and keeping on the run that we're on at the moment in the league and in Europe as well. Like I just said, starting right now with Aberdeen. Hopefully we play well against these. We've had the upper hand on them lately by quite some distance. I may be a bit rusty as this is going to be my first game in a couple of weeks, but we shall see, guys. Let's get into it. So we're wasting no time today. Aberdeen get the game underway. There's no point really showing the intros just because of that undefined bug that's still present in the game. So yeah, we're underway. We've done pretty well against Aberdeen, like I said, the last few times out. So even with being rusty, I'm quietly confident that we'll get the win today. It might just take a few moments to get back into the swing of things, but our first 11 is much better than theirs, so I am expecting a win today. Not so sure about the performance or the scoreline, but I am definitely expecting the win. So this first 20-25 minutes has been really encouraging actually, and Hazard skipped past his man nicely there. We've been in total control really, both on and off the ball. We've pressed really well, we've won it in good areas. We have created quite a few chances, to be fair, as well. So yeah, a nice day out in the sun for us so far. We just need to finish one of these moves off with a goal would be nice. That's a great ball there. We've worked that out from defence really well, and we've got men all over the place here. Yearwood now, surely he's going to finish this. He's actually squared it to Thomas, and Thomas just pokes it in at the back stick. We've done just what I was on about. We've made the most of one of these attacks. It was a counter-attack really this time, as Aberdeen did push men forward. They haven't done that too often in this game. I thought Yearwood was going to bend this into the far post, but no, he was unselfish. Thomas was there, just poked home into an empty net, and that is his sixth goal of the season, I believe that was. So yeah, he's not doing too bad out there on the wing. He's not played every game. Remember, there's a spell where we've had Seedorf in the first team. So yeah, Thomas, one of the originals there, has done really well when he's been playing for us, and that is a goal kick. And all of a sudden the atmosphere has just drowned straight out of the stadium as that goal's gone in as well. We have kept the fans fairly quiet, to be fair, because we've had a lot of the ball, and like I said, we've created most of the chances in this one. Aberdeen are struggling to lay a glove on us. It doesn't feel like we've been away for a couple of weeks, to be fair, which is a good thing, definitely. As today's episode, like I said, we have got a few big games coming up. But as comfortable as we are in this one, we can't afford to get complacent, not in the slightest. Obviously, if we do that with the way the sliders are and everything at the moment, we will get punished for it. So yeah, we just got to keep on it, keep doing what we're doing. We are playing really well at the moment. Really happy with the way the first half's going. I thought we were going to get in again there, but just not quite. We do still have the ball out. Tonali just commanding that midfield as he does. He's played one through to Yearwood again here, who's also had a good start to the game. Ince's first touch has put him through there, and we have a penalty as well. Just with 5 minutes left in the first half. Is there going to be a red card to follow here? He did dive in. It looked like a penalty straight away. I think it was Ince that he took out. No, he's got a yellow card as Devlin, but we still got the pen. Yeah, he just took Ince completely out there. He's nowhere near the ball. And this is going to be interesting. Are we going to score the penalty? It weren't timed brilliantly, but Tonali has put it in the corner. That's us 2-0 up. That's us home and hosed in this one. I believe it is anyway, the way that we've played so far. As long as we stay switched on in the second half, there's no danger of us giving this away. Once again, we've been too much for Aberdeen. Tonali there just bending it nicely into the corner. And that is, I believe, his 6th of the season as well. So yeah, we've been sharing the goals out quite a lot this season, but head and shoulders above everyone else has been Parrott and Ince, obviously. Parrott's work rate is showing here as he's battling to win that ball back almost in our own corner. He doesn't manage to get it though. It doesn't matter too much as long as we keep them away from shooting or crossing distance. And I thought we did manage to do that then, but we didn't. Keeper's caught it anyway, and that is definitely going to be the end of the first half now. Is there time for one more attack? I don't believe that there is, unless Aberdeen can do something here, which they can't, and that is definitely, when the keeper kicks this, going to be the last action of the first half. of the first game in a couple of weeks. It couldn't have gone much better really, and it's not against one of the weaker sides in the league either. So really happy. We moved the ball around well in that first half. We haven't given them many looks at all. As you can see there, Ferguson has not had a shot on goal. So yeah, we've contained them well, we've kept them out, we've kept the ball well, we've moved it well, we've created chances, we've scored a couple of goals. It's been an absolutely brilliant first half for us, and now we just got the second to look forward to. I was just going to see if we could see how the other top 2, 3 were getting on there, but we can't. We get the game back underway, and it's us with the kick-off this time, and we're just going to have a little bout of possession here just to settle back into the game, and that's exactly what we did do and what we have been doing. Parrott could be right through here, he's on his own, he's got to score surely. He doesn't. It's actually a really good save. Didn't see that coming. The form Parrott spinning, I thought he would bury that, but unfortunately not to be. Nice little spin there from Thomas. Yeah, we've been in more control in this half than we were in the first half. Aberdeen have just got nothing for us. We could have got another one there from a nice bit of build-up play. We got Yearwood in, but his shot gets blocked, and Aberdeen bring it away. But yeah, guys, we are really in control of this game. There is just nothing that Aberdeen can do on or off the ball to cope with us. If it weren't for their keeper and probably some poor finishing at times, we could have been 3, 4, 5 up in this one. And we've never really been in danger of conceding at all, as you can see there. They're just whipping crosses in, but we're dealing with them quite easily, and that is a dream of a ball there from Tonali. Hazard's now got across his man, so we can't challenge him. There's a guy at the back post. He doesn't go for him, he went for Parrott instead, and Aberdeen get away with another one there. And there's not long left of this game now. It's just a matter of the ref just blowing on, putting Aberdeen out their misery really. It's been such a nice day, as you can see, with the sun out, but Aberdeen haven't enjoyed any of it at all, and it should be 3 now surely. Somehow it's not. I thought we was going to score there, but no. We've got Cameron on the pitch. I thought he was going to poke the rebound home, but no. We've kept possession of the ball though, again. We could be in again here now. This time we do find the back post, and it's put back across by our young Spanish midfielder, and this time Cameron doesn't make any mistake. It's 3-0. It's thoroughly deserved. We could have had more today, but 3 is a good return, especially away from home. And yeah, just a complete performance today. Really happy with the way the lads have played. No one at all has had a bad game. The subs have come on, it's made no difference. We've retained our control, and also we've added to the scoreline now as well. So what a day out this has been. Aberdeen won it over. I don't want it to end. We could actually nearly got in for a 4th there. Yeah, it's been a brilliant game from us. Everyone's done their jobs to the best of their ability. It's been brilliant to watch. Like I said, total control. I was a bit worried about being rusty, but Aberdeen have done nothing to us all game long, unless they get a little consolation here now. But again, no, Akore's dealt with everything in the air. That has been the extent of their creativeness. It's just been getting the ball wide, whipping crosses in. Akore's headed most away. When he's not headed them away, the keeper's come and collected them. It's just been a really good day, and yeah, long may this sort of form continue, especially when we're trying to get back into the swing of things. But that's the on the pitch stuff took care of at the beginning of this episode. We're now going to move back to the off the pitch stuff and see if there's any developments there. Oh, what a game that was. I really enjoyed that. I've been itching to play for so long now. And it didn't disappoint at all. But in terms of developments, I just saw an email that I didn't really want to see, and that is somebody coming in for Tom Ince. I really don't want to let this man go, but already I've not seen the offer yet, but there's a part of me that thinks he's getting on a bit now. Tom is going to start declining at some point.
probably in the next season or two. So if this is a good offer, we might have to accept it, and I really don't want to because, well, for that much it's not much of an issue, to be honest. Yeah, I don't want to accept offers for him because he's having such a good season. But like I said, I think he may be in decline already. I'm pretty sure he was higher than 70, weren't he? See, that couple of weeks away, that's really threw me. Is he in decline? If he is, and this is an offer that is above his value as well from Sheffield United, I may have to consider letting him go. But again, I don't want to get rid of my best players, and he's been a real big performer for us this season. Where is he? There he is. No, he's not in decline actually. He's not progressed, but he's not declined either. Okay, that's an interesting one. I'm not gonna deal with it straight away. I need time to think about that one, I think. We're almost at the halfway point of the month now by the time the next game comes around as well, and that is a huge offer for Parrott. But there is no way that I'm letting in some Parrott go at all. We've already lost Campbell as well. I mean, the guy's 75 rated, he's banging in goals for fun, and he's only 18 years old. So as much as that is a good offer there from Norwich, and it's a big offer, that there's going to be bigger ones that come in for him, definitely. So it might seem like a bit of madness now to turn that down, but he's going to get into the 80s quite easily, I would imagine. And yeah, like I said, he's banging in goals for us at the moment. Him and Ince are leagues above everyone else in terms of their end product at the minute. So them are two players that we really, really cannot afford to let go. I'm saying that though, but Ince again, it's just that age thing, and they have offered more than he's worth, but according to the chief executive, we can get even more than that for him. So if they're willing to go somewhere, let's set a ballpark figure now before all this kicks off. Around the 3.5-4 million mark, I think that would be probably too much to turn down, considering the point in his career that he is at. Maybe we do just bend one of the rules and we replace him if they accept this offer. But only up to the value of what we made would be the rule for that one. So if we make 4 million, we can spend 4 million to replace him. But they're saying no, they're still going to stick to their 2.2 original offer. They're not budging. They are a Premier League club, so they can definitely afford what we're asking here. This was the lowest figure I was willing to accept, so if they don't accept this, then this negotiation is basically over. I'm not going any lower. He's just too valuable for us at the minute. And again, they're not even willing to budge anyway, so yeah, they're not having him. It was a win-win for us there, really. If we got the money, great, but if not, we still get to keep him. So it was win-win for us. And as a little side note, the manager of the year has been announced, and it was the PSG manager, which I'm a bit gutted about because I think we've done alright. But yeah, we're probably not in a big enough league, are we? We're not in the Champions League either to be considered in that bracket, which is a bit of a shame considering our performance level so far. But we're going to get into the St Mirren game now. It is going to be a highlights game because in a couple of episodes time we do play St Mirren again, which means probably because I'm sitting down and recording these at the moment, that I'm going to play them probably twice in the same day because of my batch recording. So yeah, I'm happy enough to let this one slide by as a highlights game. And then we'll come back after that and see if there's been any more developments, obviously, off the pitch again. That's what it's going to be like at the moment because we're waiting for offers to come in. And obviously, we're trying to build the club at the moment, not the squad. But will we win against St Mirren? Well, I would certainly hope so. We've got, I think, St Mirren, and then a few days later, I believe we've got another game that follows it. Livingston, probably, I think it is. Sure, it was Livingston when I looked earlier. But then a couple of days after that, again, we play Celtic. So in this little spell of games, there's probably going to be some squad rotation, I would imagine. Just to keep everyone fit, because obviously we're not blessed with numbers now. So already you can see it's starting to change the thinking. It's starting to change the way we look at things. The fact that we're having to let these players go, because we could easily have put probably a complete other 11 out for this game before. But yeah, we can't do that at the moment, so we've just got to make the best of what we got. There's still, for me, no excuse not to beat St Mirren, even with the changes that we're making at the moment. I would expect us to go out there and get 3 points and bang in a good performance as well. We've had our little warm-up game against Aberdeen now, and how well that went, I would definitely expect us to be able to beat St Mirren. And here we go, straight away. First highlight is a penalty for Tonali again. That's the second one of the episode, actually, and he's banged both in, so well done, Tonali, and also it's getting his goal average up as well. So yeah, it was a good start. I thought that was a foul as well, if I'm being honest. He has another shot here, which he saved from the keeper. We did play really, really well against these, especially in the first half. We created a whole lot of chances, and I don't think actually that we conceded any. I'm not too sure. I'm not on about goals either. I'm on about actual chances, shots on goal. I'm not sure we conceded any at all. That was a banging tackle there. In the live game, again, I thought that was a foul, just showing how biased I am. And then Seedorf here has another shot at goal. He's gone with his right foot. He's passed it straight into the corner. Look at that for a finish. Keeper, no chance. It's a nice, tidy 2-0 win. And yeah, we played really well in that game. Again, very happy with the performance. In the end, it turned out we conceded just the one shot, as you saw there, but we were completely in control of the game from start to finish. And that was with a rotated side out as well, which adds a bit more to it. So yeah, really happy with how that went. Things off the pitch are not yet affecting us on it, as obviously you can see. Why didn't we get to see O'Donnell play today? Well, I just thought I'd give him a rest, and there is competition for places, especially when we're playing teams around this level, I would say. So yeah, that is definitely a good thing. It keeps everyone on the toes. This off camera, this question I'm getting after every single match at the moment, it is really annoying. At some point I do believe we are going to drop a game, so that is the right answer. Especially with players going out at the moment, and we've got Europe to kick back in yet as well, so yeah, I'm expecting us to drop a game at some point, and St Mirren didn't make it too easy. There is no way of answering that really with the answers that were available to me. It was an easy game, I'm not gonna lie. I expected it to be, and yeah, that's how it turned out. So at the moment on the pitch, I feel in really good form actually. The first two games have gone really well. Like I said, we've created a lot of chances. The passing's been on point. We've not conceded a goal yet. We only conceded one shot at goal in the last game. So yeah, things are looking really up. There's a good training session there as well. It's just a few days now until the actual Livingston game. And there's a couple of bids been made for Rico Henry, who is on my list, my short list. But again, at the moment, until the club started to get sorted, we've sort of not been allowed to spend any money. So there is nothing I can do with the fact that people want Rico or anyone else on my short list for that matter. Of course, Troy wants to play because he's in really good form, and he is in good form as well. But for this game, with Celtic coming up a few days later, I don't see him playing. And again, there's still no 5-star, so we still can't sign another youth scout to get the second part of our academy built and done. So we have to continue on as we're doing at the moment. We actually are going to take out Tonali in this game because of Celtic coming up in a few days. So we're going to play our Spanish midfielder at cam. Also, I'm thinking because Hazard's just played, we might drop him out for Thomas. And then we move them over. So Saido's playing on his natural side in this game. Cameron stays in. Everyone else is as you were for the last game. And this is another highlights game, guys, against Livingston. And then we will play the one against Celtic. So as we get these highlights underway, as you can imagine, I was feeling really good going into this. Like I said, I felt I was in really good form. But Livingston made it very difficult. They sat in there, wouldn't budge for nothing. And as you can see, we're at the 66th minute already. It was really hard to get anything. But Cameron there with a good striker's finish. Just passes it into the net from a few yards out, and that, I can tell you, is relief more than anything, because it just felt like one of them games where we weren't going to get anything. Again, never really felt in danger of conceding anything. We had a good level of control, not so much as we did against St Mirren, but we did have a level of control. And as you can see at the very end there, they almost got in and scored. But there you go. It was a really difficult game, that one. Hard to explain why. Maybe it's because we played just a few days before with practically the very same team. But yeah, it was tough. We'll do this press conference and then we'll see if there's anybody that we can go and sign to get the next part of the youth academy done. And there is that question again, guys. Every single game at the moment, you can guarantee they're going to sneak it in there somewhere. And this one is, you managed to win a close match with a decisive goal in the second half. For me, we had enough chances to put the game beyond doubt. The looks that we had at goal were really clear ones. You didn't really get to see it in the highlight package there, but we did have some really clear-cut chances. A draw may, when you look at it statistically, have been a fair result, but it was a good match. It was very difficult. I enjoyed the challenge of trying to break them down. Yeah, so we'll go with that one. And that is it. I was waiting for the other question, but that was the third one. And we'll see what happens now with just a couple of days until the Celtic game. And as we move towards that Celtic game, it's just dawned on me that we've had 3 games, won 3, conceded no goals, but I bet you that'll change in this one. I'm feeling kind of edgy about this one for some reason. Maybe it's because it is Celtic, and it is actually because of what's going on off the pitch. A huge game, this one. If we can go on 9 points clear, even with players leaving the club at the moment, that would put us in a really good place. I don't see anyone except for Celtic or Rangers being able to take points off us, if I'm being completely honest. And I'm not sure how many more times we've got to play those two, so it would be a really big win today. It's important, really more important, that we don't lose, but if we can win, that's going to put us in a real healthy position. So yeah, there is a title tilt on at the moment, and we are going to need the whole squad, especially when Europe kicks back in again as well. Maybe that could cause some banana skins. I'd forgotten about that for a minute. So yeah, this is a big game, guys, a really big game. I think we won't play Celtic or Rangers again after this one until the split, which would mean we'd only have to play them both once more. And if both of them beat us, that would be a 6 points dropped, obviously. But that, in theory, as long as we do our job against everyone else, would leave us 3 points clear of them still. and we then would be within a really good shout of winning the title. So that's what we're going to aim for. It's not a highlights game, obviously. It's a full game, this one. It'll be the last game of the episode. After the game's finished, we'll have another look at the league, see how it looks after this game and all the other ones that we've played. And that will do it. But yeah, for now, can't worry about anything else. We just got to get the job done here against Celtic. It's never an easy one, this one. There's going to be twists and turns, there always is, so let's go and see what we can get done against them just after we've looked for a scout here, and once again there's not one. I was hoping there'd be one at least before the end of the window. There may still be, but time's running out for any moves that we might want to make after we've put the money where it's been told to go. If there's anything left over, we'll be able to spend it. So we need 5-star to show up, guys. We really do. So here we go then. Celtic away, toughest game in the calendar in Scottish football. Not expecting anything but a massive hard battle today. The fans are up for it, as you can hear. We've got the best defensive team in the league at the moment. And like I said earlier, we've not actually conceded in this episode yet, which is good. But if any team's going to change that, it is obviously going to be Celtic. Our manager there looks full of concentration, as do... Well, we can't really see all of the players. The camera's not quite gone high enough there, but oh well. Celtic are going to line up in their 4-2-3-1 as well. Obviously, we're doing that. We can't see who they're playing, so there's absolutely no point watching on any further. We need to keep an eye on Griffiths today. The man always seems to score past us. I'm glad they don't have Edward anymore. He was another real menace to us, but yeah, obviously the Griffiths has got to be kept an eye on. Also, who's the other one? Christie is quite creative for them when they play against us as well. So yeah, that's their two danger men in past games against us. And we today are back at full strength in our 4-2-3-1 as well, and we nearly concede there straight away. Any other side there just whips it in, but you can see the quality difference in Celtic already. Hazard's decided he's going to take his man on there. He's beating him as well. Hazard, you absolute legend. Come on, keep going. Off Seatings, we couldn't find him. Oh, that was unlucky. It's a good break though. That's really encouraging that he absolutely just burnt the right back for them there. He's Forrest now. He's another one actually that's quite a nuisance when he plays against us. Doesn't do much with it there. That cross weren't the best in the world, and we've played that out nicely down this side again here. But unusually for him, Tonali just can't get the pass through, and at the moment the game has started at a really quick tempo, really quick pace. Both teams are looking to be really direct at the minute. There's another deep cross coming in here. Akore gets rid of that one. Inter's got time to turn there. He's picked a nice pass, but we've gave it right back to him in a bad area. Struggling to get out at the moment now actually. We had that break from Hazard, but since then nothing's happened for us really. It's just more containing Celtic, and that's a decent... Oh, why is that whistle gone? Oh, it's offside. I don't know if he is offside there or not, but they've gave offside. That's really tight. But our defender went bundling into him there as he'd already got up in the air. The whistle went and I thought, oh no, they've got a penalty. Thankfully, as you can see, that's not the case. That's a good ball out there from Robinson, and that's why he's going nowhere. And Hazard again has burnt his man here. It was a good ball inside for him. Can he find anyone this time? He doesn't try to. He's gone for the shot himself. And was it selfish there? There weren't an obvious ball on, but Hazard looks the way through so far if we're going to get anything. Both breaks have featured him heavily, and that's all we have had at the moment is the breaks on the turnover. There could be another one for us here at the moment, but again, when we try and string passes together and play possession, we're giving it away too much at the moment. I think it's to do with the systems, the fact that we're both playing 5 men in the middle of the park, excuse me. There's just not enough room for either side really to play any kind of possession or combinations or anything like that. Probably the best way through is the way Celtic are trying at the moment, just get it wide and get the ball in the box. Can we do anything now? The keeper's caught that cross really well. Can we get Hazard in again here? Not quite, the ball just wasn't there this time. And Celtic again bring it forward. And that, guys, was the theme of the entire first half. Is it disappointing? Really? I don't know. I think that we're on a level footing. I don't think we've moved past Celtic. I think we've closed on them and we're overperforming probably at the moment. Is probably a fair assessment of it. So was that a disappointing first half? I'm not too sure. We didn't get many chances. We had 2 or 3 breaks with Hazard. It's almost back to the days where Mackenzie was the one down that left wing and causing any kind of problems that we were able to cause. But for all the possession and the pressure Celtic put us under in that first half, I feel like we dealt with it comfortably, and in that instance it don't seem like it was that bad of a first half. It's just this, we can't hold the ball against them at the moment, and I really do think that it's probably the system. I was thinking of that at the time as well, but because we're containing them, if you want to call it that, at the moment, without giving them any real solid looks at goal, I was a bit apprehensive about opening the game up. If we went 1-0 down, then obviously I would have had to have changed something, but we've never really. There's an offside one there again. Looks like we're gonna concede, if that makes sense. And obviously we're as good as they are, so at some point in this game I feel like we're gonna get a moment or an opportunity, and it could have come there. Why did I play that pass? That was so obviously offside. But yeah, I feel like we're going to get an opportunity and get a look, and I feel like we've got Hazard, who's playing so well, and we've got Parrott on the pitch, and we've got Ince on the pitch, that when that moment comes, and it could be now, but we didn't score. I was just going to say, when that moment comes, I feel like we could score, like we would score even, and that was a really good look, but unfortunately nothing came of it. We've got a free kick here, and this was the weirdest free kick I've ever taken in this game, because for some weird reason it would not let me put any spin on the ball whatsoever. It just made no sense. I was really disappointed that that was the case as well, because that could be a way that we opened up the game. But yeah, it wasn't meant to be, so we had to move on. For whatever reason, I just wasn't able to add any spin to the ball. And Hazard now comes inside nicely. Parrott made the run, but I think the ball came a bit too late for him by Hazard there. We've still got it though, and Parrott could get a really good look here. He tried to get it back on that right foot, couldn't do it. And again, Celtic bring it away. We're just not able at the moment to get that good look. I mean, we just had one with Ince, but that's probably been the best look of the game for both teams, if I'm being fair. Oh, that's a good block there though from Miles. But we're having more of a say in the game at the moment now. It just feels like Celtic are starting to slow down a little bit. We're having more of the ball in better areas, and now Parrott is through, and he's gonna score this time, surely. He does. Well done, Troy. Again, more than a celebration, that feels like a relief, because it's been such a tight game, this one. It doesn't mess about trying to get it on any particular foot this time, just gets in and whacks it. The defence there just opened up for him. Once he was in behind, they couldn't catch him. And that is us 1-0 up, and that's a big goal. Big goal, that one. And that's his 16th of the season as well, so you can see why I wasn't going to let him go, can't you? He's just too good. He really is too good. At this level, in this Scottish League, he's probably the best striker in the league, I would say. And he's only 18 years old, so yeah, it was a big offer from Norwich, but we were never going to let him go. O'Donnell's done really well there for us. That's nicely worked down the right for Thomas, and oh my god, look at the amount of men we've got left over here. That's a great ball from Ince. What's Hazard going to do? He's chipped the keeper. That is an absolutely brilliant goal. Really happy with that one. That's even better than the back heel from Parrott a couple of episodes ago for Tonali to finish. That's magic. Absolutely unbelievable. We just had a massive overload on them there, and look at that for a finish. Defender's done his absolute best to get there. I don't think he gets a toe on it, does he? I'm not too sure, and you can't tell from that angle. Wait, what? No way is that being given as an own goal. It was clearly on target. The ball was over the line. I weren't even sure if he touched it. That is really cruel on Hazard, who's had a really brilliant game. How he doesn't get credited with that is beyond me, but the bigger picture here, guys, is we're 2-0 up against Celtic in what's been a really tight game. They've had a shot there, but it wasn't really that close. It didn't look it. And have they just bought off Griffiths? They have indeed, so everything's coming up us at the moment. That was a bit risky there though from Akore and from Robinson, and this time we have given it away. This could be a nightmare of our own making here. It's a good block from Robinson, but it's dropped straight back to him, and it's 2-1, and that is a goal for them of our making. We were playing very risky football at the back. It seems like they've pushed all the way up now. We were unlucky in the sense that we did get the block in with Miles, but the ricochet goes straight back to the striker who hit it in the first place, and he weren't going to miss from there. Unlucky. 2-0 was harsh on Celtic, to be fair. We just got to keep our heads now. There's not long left. If we can add to it, great. If not, we really can't afford to concede again. If we give this away now from 2-0 up, with such a lot at stake as well, that 9-point gap that I explained earlier, the difference that would make from a 6-point gap would be absolutely ridiculous. So we've got to stay focused here. We've got to stay switched on and calm as well, and just not let them in again. We might get Parrott in here again though. That's not a foul. Okay, if that's not a foul, that was a banging tackle. You gotta give it to him. But Celtic now are starting to, like I said, it feels like they're slowing right the way down now. They're losing a bit of legs, I think. They did put an awful lot into that first half. Like I said, they had us under for the entire half, really. We managed to withstand it though. This is nice build-up play here. Parrott's got another look. He's just banged it and it's gone in. That one has caught me off guard. And now we can celebrate. I really didn't think he was going to score from there, to be honest. I didn't even see the shot coming. I thought the defender was still in front of him. Maybe we'll get a better angle of it on the replay, but Parrott, oh mate, you've just got us a huge 3 points there. It does open up, you can see it more from that angle. He didn't want to take his man on, he's just thought, sod it, banged it at the goal, and it's gone straight into the back of the net. That is a huge goal in the context of this season. Absolutely massive. It just gives us that breathing space back now. And again, if we don't mess it around at the back here, as you can see, we've learned. We played it up the channel this time. Can we get in again here now? Unfortunately not. But we don't need to. We're just 2 minutes left. We've beaten Celtic. It looks like it's going to be 3-1. O'Donnell, that's yours. Well done, mate. Robinson's played a little nice ball there. Akore played it into Tonali, and I would have backed Tonali to do a lot better than that there. And oh my god, they've got another rebound goal. really disappointed in the goals that we've conceded today, I'm not going to lie. And it is Christie again, I mentioned him earlier. Seems to be annoying, a little pest to us every time we play against him. But again, we could have dealt with that so much better. They haven't really opened us up today, we've opened ourselves up for them. But on the positive side, we've got another maximum point episode. We only conceded goals in one game. We've beaten Celtic away from home, huge plus. We now go 9 points clear at the top of the league. Again, a huge step towards the title, actually, that one. I'm starting to believe that we've got to be the favourites from this point onwards. We'll have a look at the league now though, and then that will wrap up this episode. So this is what it looks like after all the games played today. We're 9 points clear now of Celtic. We're a massive 21 clear of Rangers, who've just had a terrible January. So we're going to at least get second now, I would say, which is good. That means we're not going to be doing any worse than last season. But to be 9 points clear now, and like I said, I don't think we'll have to play them again, either Old Firm side now until the split. And it looks like they do have to play each other as well in January. I would be disappointed now if we don't go on to win the league from this point, regardless of who we lose. It's going to be tough for us to drop 9 points in the form that we're currently in. I mean, we've not lost yet at all this season, so yeah, I would be very disappointed if we don't win it from now. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys. Once again, thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.